Hey everybody, welcome to this quick Mets winter rally session on managing a classroom full of technology. It's a 10,000 foot overview. We're meant to go fast, we're meant to go quick, not spend a lot of time on it, but just to give some simple quick ideas on how you can better manage a classroom full of technology. I'm Daniel Mars. I'm the Coloma Community Schools State and Federal Programs Coordinator, Director. I do instructional tech for the district as well. I'm a learning area delegate to MACUL in the Technology for Tomorrow learning area, plus the executive director of the Michigan Educational Technology Specialist Group, which is right here. And there's some contact information if you guys need to get a hold of me for anything at all. Right? So definitely kind of going this route with this. Help. I can't see what my kids are doing. Well, some school districts are fortunate. They have these quote careware tools that allow them to monitor these kids, whatever they're doing online, all hours of the day. Some school districts don't have the funds for that. And while COVID-19 has provided an influx of funds, some districts are hesitant to connect to some of these services because it's not something that's sustainable. So how do we manage this in our classrooms? It's pretty quick, pretty easy for us to do. First, we need to set clear expectations. And when we say these things, we need to follow through with them, right? It even means for little Johnny in the back needs to be following along with what everybody's doing in the class. So really quick, lids down. If you're using Chromebooks, it's 8 seconds to fire it back up. Legitimately, super quick. Easy for us to do, easy for us to say, close your lids. All right, you don't want to go all the way down and say, hey, put your lids at 45 degrees. And then the kid that's slouching back in the seat and he's looking at the screen still, you can easily redirect him. Sit up, please. We got to go over this. I need your full attention. For this activity, we will not be using devices. Put them under the desks, right? The takeaway here is that you set those expectations and you set those guidelines for your class. You need to be consistent. You need to set those routines. You've got this. You really do. Right? When I was in the classroom, it was an easy strategy for me to say, hey, everybody, lids down. I need your attention. This is really important. We need to go over this. And I did it. Next, the MBWA. It's not a new sports league that you need to know about. It's not an esports thing, but it's something that's as old as what you guys have been doing for a long time. One of those careware tool downsides is that teachers sit behind their desk watching a screen for kids to do something wrong to catch them. Instead, get up on your feet, start walking around. Proximity is key to keeping students on task. That's something that we all learned going through school. The closer I am to little Johnny who's goofing around, the less likely little Johnny is to goof around because he knows that he's going to get caught. So proximity is key. When you're going around that classroom, strike up on-topic conversations as a form of formative assessment. Super easy for you to say, hey, how's it going? Hey, that looks really great. Can you explain to me how you did that? Right? Super easy for us to kind of go through and do that, take care of those things, right? Rotate your route. Keep the students off guard. Every prison escape movie, TV show, they watch for those patterns. If you don't have a pattern in how you move about the classroom, they're not going to know where you're going next. You're the wild card. Keep them there, right? Similar to other forms of classroom management, the device is there. Yeah, the device makes them sneaky, but again, you have the power to be around them, to keep close, and to have those conversations with them to drive their on-task behavior. Manage the students, not devices, unless you were me, in which case you had pencils removed from you during school and you had to do your math in a crayon in 5th grade. That's a true story, right? And the math teacher was so angry, and I was like, "Oh, you got to talk to your English teacher there, because she took my pens and pencils away today." So, but either way, right? If a student taps a pencil, clicks a pen, what do? Do you say, "Oh, you can't write anything more today"? Why is the computer different? Your school district, if you are one-to-one, has made a significant investment into digitalizing these kids' educations. Taking away the device is similar to taking away a pencil. Instead of doing that, how can we manage the student? How can we correct the behavior without taking away the device? It's important to recognize that that device is no longer that extra thing that we bring in so the kids have something to do quietly while I work with the kids that aren't quite done. We have to find a way to manage that student behavior. All right, and that's really difficult. It's a mind shift in how we do things, especially around technology, but it is one of those things that we have to find a way to do. In my experience, I would pull the kid away for a little bit and have that conversation with them, right? I taught high school kids. It's a little different there. Like, hey, you're going to have to self-regulate at some point. Like, you go out into the workforce, you're not going to be able to play games on your phone. You're not going to be able to do that. That's a conversation that you have to have. You have to manage these students, work with these students to get better. It's the same thing we do with our academic content. This is that social emotional skill now and how they're going to be successful once they leave the four magic walls of our school, where the consequences are different. So we have to have that conversation with these students and do that. Redesign your classroom, move some furniture. This picture, I don't know how I get to that corner quickly, right? I'm doing L's, right? I don't have a direct line. Move some furniture around. Make it so that you can go side to side, up and down, whatever you need to do to be able to get to places where off-task behavior is happening at that time, right? Reverse fishbowl. I put all of my desks on the outer wall. So my kids, I could always see their screen. Right? And it was their responsibility to move it. They'd come into class, we'd go through our warm-up, and be like, all right, reverse fishbowl. And then that way, I can see what everybody's doing. And they have to block with their bodies. But I can still quickly move around because everybody's on the outside. I know COVID-19 makes this really difficult because we're cohorting kids, keeping them in the same spot, all of that stuff. But once that's gone, once we move on, right, we have to do something like this. You want to maximize your paths to move quickly, and you want to set up a space where you can monitor, right? We need to have quick, safe movement anyways, with tech or without tech, so that's something that we should be focusing on as we go. Some telltale signs of that off-task student, right? 10,000 clicks per second, they're playing a game, likely cookie clicker, right? Honestly, it's kind of a fun, time-wasting game. I'm not going to lie. We blocked it in our district, but there's 10,000 different versions of it that the kids can get to. If they're smiling while they look at their crotch, they likely are texting, right? Oddly aggressive behavior at mundane tasks, they just failed at the game they were playing. Watch for the phone resting on the keyboard too, right? They open up their screen, they know that you're not coming around, they've got their phone texting their pals, and it looks like they're working on task. And so again, important for us to kind of go about and do those things. So some pro tips. In Chrome OS, Control-Shift-T will open recently closed tabs. You can see what they closed out as you were approaching really quickly. Control-H will display their student device history. Talk to your tech department. Our kids cannot delete their history. They can clear their cookies if a website's not behaving correctly, but that history stays with that kid. So if they were off task, Control-H, we can see, right? Last but not least, if you look at the Chromebook keyboard above the 4 or 5, there is a square with 2 lines. That's the Show All Windows button, and that will show all open windows on that device so that you know. There are still ways around this, and that's, again, there's no fail-safe proof way for us to manage this, but it is something that we can continue to strive for and do with our students to ensure that they are successful in our classrooms. If you guys have questions, please reach out to me as there. I want to take this time to also invite you to our rally at the MACUL conference in March 16th from 3:30 to 5:30. So if you're in the Grand Rapids area and you can get down 3:30, maybe dart out of school a little early, come downtown, park, come hang out and have that rally with us. That'd be great. We'll feed you at the Appy hour afterwards, right? Cash bar for that, but we will feed you some appetizers, heavy appetizers. The menu looks delicious. It's at the Knickerbocker, which is a New Holland Brewing Company restaurant there in downtown Grand Rapids if you're coming from out of town. So please come join us. We'll be upstairs in a private room there. It will be a fantastic experience had by all. Plus, I've got Met swag to give away. Everything's ordered, everything's in, everything's looking great. Hopefully you can come join us there. Look forward to seeing you. Thanks for tuning in to this year's winter rally. I totally appreciate it, and hopefully you guys got everything you needed to get out of it. Have a great one.